Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 23 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate National Awkward Moments Day, which is today, what is the best thing you've ever bounced on? Starting with Bellery.
I haven't bounced on all that many great deal of things, I'll be honest. I mean, there's the obvious crude joke to be made there, but I feel like regardless of number of partners, that really only counts as one.
That's the best thing you've ever bounced on?
I don't even know. I'm trying to think what else I bounced off of. There's like the metaphorical sense when like we've got a bit going and like we're bouncing off each other with our nonsense. But like even then, no, right. You know those fucking shoes that are like trampolines?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoes that are trampolines?
Yes, they're like shoes, but each shoe's like
You
a
mean
little
kangaroo stilts?
No, they're genuinely like little round trampolines, but shoes.
And have you bounced off these?
I've bounced in them.
That's close enough.
So I'm going to say those little trampoline shoes. Also, hello, it's me, Bellery.
Do you want to tell us about your new character that you've just started?
No, it's going to be a surprise.
Okay. I'll leave it for there then. And AJ?
Hey, it's me, AJ, as usual. Back once again with Igneous, the Geomaster. I was trying to figure out a way to get the Renegade Master into that, and I couldn't quite fix the rhyme. We'll try it again next week. Anyway, I don't do a lot of bouncing, to be honest. Not on purpose, anyway. Never really did a lot of trampolining. I do like a good bouncy castle, though, so let's go with that.
Okay. Squid?
Hello, I'm Squid. I'm playing Kursk, the ice cream addicted berserker. And the best thing I have bounced on, this is a difficult one for me as well, because I think AJ's just stolen out, but they just said a bouncy castle at my nephew's birthday last year. But you know what? As a 40-year-old man, I actually had to go again on my nephew's space hopper, and that was a thrill of a lifetime. It just took me back to being 5 years old again. I would thoroughly recommend anyone when you get old is just grab a space hopper and have a bounce down the street like you don't give a fuck.
How did I forget about space hoppers there with the tits?
That was going to be my answer.
Oh, sorry.
Gotta think of something else now.
Did you race them when you were kids?
Yes, absolutely.
That was the best.
Yep.
Leonida?
Yes, it's me, Leonida, playing Stu Nicolanin, our human female skirmisher. I don't know what we call it, a space hop bouncer?
Yeah, the space.
I'll find a picture and post it.
Yeah.
Oh no, there is one there already.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that real quick. Yeah, it's one of those. I had one of those in mind as well. And the bouncy castle, because those are the two. But I'll just go with when I was young, I was also at I think in Denmark, at like a Tivoli or amusement park. And they had this, so it wasn't really a castle. It was more like just one hell of a big square with just pumped up area that you could bounce around on. I remember I thought that was really awesome. But those are the two things I think I've only bounced on. Perhaps maybe on a trampoline. Always fun, doing flips and shit.
Fair enough. And finally this week, Ash.
Hello. I play Whispers in the Gloaming. She is a Tabaxi Shadow Walker, and the best thing I've ever bounced on, well, having had my first answers swiped away from me by Curse, is probably going to have to be the big trampoline park to the guides to last year. Where you get lots of trampolines and other bouncy type things. You can jump into pits full of foam and stuff like that.
Fair enough. We will resist asking Dragon her answer, considering she's making giggling noises. But on that note, what happened last week? So, Dragon, if you please.
After following the caravan further into the middle of the ruin of an old city, and whilst Frankie ran screaming into the night from the continued advances of a very angry crocodile, the rest of the party watched from afar as prisoners were unloaded from the cart. It was at this point that Igneous noticed a large rat at his feet, chewing on a severed finger. His quick reactions allowed him to capture the rat and examine its meal, a thick, pudgy, dwarven digit bearing an ancient ring. After passing the ring around for several minutes, the party felt the ring's arcana call out to something else nearby. Its owner, maybe? Perhaps a hoard of treasure just waiting to be claimed. Journeying down the stairs, they found a long thin corridor with grooves cut into the wall. Assuming these to be traps, the party crawled along the floor on their bellies, bypassing any risks the room might hold. Discovering another grooved room ahead of them, the party continued trying to be careful. Sadly, however, Igneous, while attempting to be reassured of what threat lay ahead, called forth Chris, his floating geode friend. And while Chris bobbed above a groove, a large, scything blade swung out of the gloom, slicing the geode clean out of the air and neatly in two. Continuing slowly, the party eventually came to what seemed to be an alchemy lab. Finding a room full of several weird vials, a bubbling cauldron, and a very angry-looking monkey trapped within a cage. After Stu's many attempts at assurances that the monkey was friendly, despite its sour demeanour, the rest of the party left the room to allow Stu to open the cage on her own. The monkey was indeed friendly towards Stu, but while it didn't tear her limb from limb, it panicked quickly when Stu kicked over the cauldron. With a petrified simian tossing vials of magic all around her, Stu quickly grabbed the necklace from around the monkey's neck and exited the room, joining her comrades in the vault, while all hell seemed to break loose in the lab. After several minutes of violent explosions and other strange sounds, the party re-entered the room, finding the charred remains of the monkey smouldering on the floor, alongside a trapdoor leading down from the room itself. As they attempted to leave, Kursk noticed that they were not alone. The severed paw of the monkey crawled its way towards them, making a line straight for Stu. As the skirmisher begrudgingly accepted her new pet, the party were determined that this ring and necklace had more to offer them, and carried onwards, finding several jail cells being guarded by Ettins. It would have been an easy job to dispatch these Ettins. However, a stray shot from Igneous sliced through the knee of poor Stu, slicing her lower leg from her body, and triggering her now legendary temper. Despite the infighting, the party eventually managed to kill the Ettins and free the villagers. But ahead of them now is an intimidating iron door.
And lo, the story continues. So you're standing in front of this giant metal door. What are you wanting to do?
Maybe examine the door a little closely, or is it just a plain metal door?
It's just a very thick, heavy metal door.
Can we check it?
You can, yes? There is nothing trapped but the door. The door just opens very, very heavily, as in it feels like it's been a long time since this door was last opened.
Okay. So guys, do you think we should open the door?
After you.
Well, since I'm currently just standing on one leg, I have a hard time pushing. So maybe some of you healthy people could do it, perhaps.
Why don't you lean on the door frame and just kind of lean on the door, put your whole weight on it.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of heavy metal, but yeah,
I don't know what that's got to do with it.
it's a heavy metal door. So I'll lean on the door and see if nothing happens. Otherwise, you have to like push on me.
Okay. Roll. You lean on the door swings surprisingly easy open, and you tumble forward, rolling down a set of stairs. Eventually, you land with a large sploosh into what looks like it's a room that's been waterlogged into maybe about a foot of water on the bottom.
Is it dark? Can we see quite well, or...?
It's pretty dark. You can see through a couple of sort of holes in the wall and stuff like that you can see that there's light coming in, but it's pretty dark for the most part.
Try not to drink any of the water. What did I just say?
Sorry, didn't quite catch you there, Igneous.
Too busy drinking the water, right?
No, I just tried to speak underwater, doesn't really work.
Sounds about right.
But can we see the room?
So the room looks like quite a large mess hall. It looks like a sort of like a dining room effectively, but all the furniture and everything looks like it's been waterlogged for quite a while. There's a couple of like decaying food lying around, like, you know, cutlery and stuff like that discarded. It looks like it was well kept up to the point it got flooded. At this point, you notice to your left there's a door. To your right there seems to be a scrabbling passage. It looks like an easy way out to the surface, and as you look over to that side you see the ground around it beginning to crumble inwards like someone is trying to scrabble downwards. So what do you do?
Did you say somebody looks like they've scrabbled up it, or they
It looks like there's something scrabbling, like there's something either coming up or going down it. Like, you can't see it at the moment, but there's... You know the sort of like when someone's going up a sort of dirt passage, like the dirt behind them sort of rolls down?
Right, okay, yeah.
Can we find somewhere where we can be out of sight should they get to the bottom of the passage?
Well, the room is quite open, but you probably could either stay in the doorway where you are now, or potentially move into the water and hide behind like some of the furniture there, but you will get wet if you do.
Oh, no, I'm not getting wet.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for crocodiles.
So at this point, can somebody not in the party roll to see how they are getting down a passage? Barry, describe your character to me before I...
So he's pretty much wearing like something between a wizard outfit and a beekeeper suit.
So a pointy hat with a neck. Yeah.
A pointy hat with a mesh across his face.
He's like pretty middle-aged. He doesn't look very athletic. He kind of looks like, you know, a roofer. He looks like he should be a roofer.
Right. Okay.
So he's wearing like a rugby shirt with the sleeves rolled up and a pencil behind his ear.
Yeah, but that's like underneath the beekeeper wizard suit.
Okay. Does he have a staff?
He does have a staff, and it's painted black and yellow stripes.
Does it have a knob on the end?
It does. And the knob on the end has two smaller, like, white knobs coming off of it. They're the wings.
I think Kurt sort of sets up and goes to Igneous, I think it's another evil necromancer. Should I hit this as well?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So, as all of you are sort of standing watching this figure sort of slides out of the passage onto a table in front of him and sort of stands above the water looking quite confused at the water beneath him.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, where are we?
My name is Stu, and we're underground.
Okay, mate.
Who are you?
Why we? I'm Barry Beesbury. Why are we underground though, mate?
Well,
Best place for it.
We know why we're underground, but we can't tell you why you're underground, sorry.
Look, I was having a knees up with lads, and I guess I fell asleep on this table, and now I'm here.
Yeah, this happens to the best of us.
Yeah, so what do you do, Barry? What's your profession?
How much do you make?
That's a pretty rude question to ask someone you just met, quite frankly, yeah.
Well, I mean,
What's your take-home pay?
Depends on how much honey I sell.
Importantly, what's at the other end of the tunnel you've just come down? Is it safe up there?
I mean, I'm not dead, so I guess so. I don't know.
Basically, you've managed to vaguely scrabble your way up to the surface, but you keep sliding down just before you get to the top.
I wouldn't advise it, no. It's a bit slippy, mate.
all right.
It's not here at proper health and safety standards.
No, Foreman would have he'd have a field day, would. Apparently he's a builder now, sure, let's just go with it.
So this image of every time you come across a door now on, you go, oh, who fitted that? Ugh.
Hinges are all out, completely wrong positions for those hinges.
So,
Well, I think we're sort of trying to find a dragon or something like that. We've been here down so long now that we can't really remember why we're here, but
Is that what we were doing?
yeah.
If I remember, were we not following some sort of arcana that Whispers was tracking for us?
Yeah, I thought we killed the
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah, we did, but she told
We
her
liked it so much we thought we'd have another go.
She told her. She told her to take something here down in the center of this place. So
Well, the reason we're coming down here is we found a finger that a rat had.
That's right, yeah.
yeah, the
rat
jewelry.
Connected to
Yeah,
something else that the monkey had.
yes, the jewelry. Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, that seems not a very good reason to be in a hole. Just because you found a finger.
Oh, you don't need much of a reason to get in a good hole.
Curiosity is the best
I
reason
tell
to
you.
do anything.
Do you want to come with us, Barry? Just chasing stuff.
I guess
Looking for
we've
more
got
fingers.
better keep this plot moving along.
Well, yeah.
Kayfabe ain't dead.
If we go down any further, it will be a subplot. But yeah,
So,
I'm glad you're back, Barry.
There's nobody been laughing at your jokes.
Yeah. Sort of like that. Yeah.
so yes, you're now all standing, looking down the stairs into this mess hall, as I said, full of, that looks like about a foot of water at the bottom, and Barry is standing on a table at the side.
It was another door there
There's
as well,
a
right?
door to the left, yes.
Yeah. So, guys, do you think we should try the door, or do you want to search the room a little?
Oh, we want to be
further?
careful in case that door's where they keep all the rest of the water.
That's true. Yeah. Can we see where the water is coming in?
You sort of look around, there's no real immediate source of where the water's coming in, no.
So I've seen this before. Some damn fool enchanted some kind of broom to carry water, and hell of a mess. Had to get recarpeted and everything.
Yeah.
Fantasia.
Yeah, I got the reference, but no one else.
That was the name. That was the name of the carpet shop.
Ah, right.
They did do a good deal.
Lovely thick carpets in Fantasia.
Well, Stu is going to go over to the door and just try to knock on it to see if it seems like it's hollow on the other
Are
side,
you
or
just
if it's...
gonna like wade through the water, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go through the water, and you get to the door, you tap on the door makes that sort of solid sound, like it seems to have like swollen from the water.
Yeah, that's a door.
Glad you're back,
Oh,
Dory.
This door is sort of swollen, guys. Hard to tell if there's any water on this side.
Well, that's
Maybe
the
get
classic sound a door makes, yeah.
Maybe
Classic
it's
door,
the-
classic door.
I think Kursk go down and I take it it's not trapped in any way, is it? I'll push it open.
Okay. You push the door doesn't move.
Try pulling it.
I think, yeah, you're trying
Pull
to
the door, there's a rush of water, and more water pours into the room. The water's now up to waist height.
I told you that's where they kept the water.
Is that what they call a water closet?
I think if you weren't going to make that joke, I was about 2 seconds from making it. So
Just beginning to sit back down, but it was about waist height when it starts rolling in, and now it's about mid thigh at the moment now.
so it's about up to my chest.
About just above your waist.
Right.
When you look into the room, it reveals a sort of short corridor with doors on either side, maybe like 2 doors on each side, and another sort of big door at the end, which looks to be hanging off its hinges.
I'm getting flashbacks. Did anyone see that play, The Poseidon Adventure, back in town?
I did.
Yes.
Well, I think I did.
Are there any slits in the wall?
No, there are no slits in the wall or anything, and the base seems to be quite solid, but you notice that there's quite a sort of thick green moss on the walls that wear on the...
Is the table floating?
There is one table bobbing towards you, but there seems to also be a couple of bodies bobbing towards you as well.
I was going to say we could put Whispers on the table if she doesn't want to get wet.
Yeah, I'd rather not get wet. I like water very much. Are we still getting a direction from the ring and amulet at all?
Yes, the ring and amulet seems to tell you along this. It seems to have sort of straightened out a lot more.
Is it showing us straight ahead or through any of the two doors? Or
It seems to be showing you straight ahead.
I think Kursk will grab one of the floating tables and sort of gesture to Whispers. I'll push you on this if you don't want to get wet.
Thank you kindly.
No problem, it'll only cost you an ice cream.
He's now up to 3.
And a Viennetta! Don't forget the Viennetta!
So, I imagine Whispers is sitting cross-legged on this table as it's getting slowly pushed around. Are you doing anything in the next room? Are you going straight to the end door? Are you doing in the doors at the side? What are you doing?
Is the water murky? Can we see your feet or what's on the floor
quite
underneath?
thick green, like, foggy water.
Just be careful where you're putting your feet. Maybe those horrible things are on the floor that were trapped in the other room. We can't see them, because some of them came out of the floor.
Yeah.
She's probably more crouched on the table because the way cats' legs bend, they don't cross quite like the same way human ones do.
And when Kirsch does that, he sort of moves the table so we're going as close to the wall as possible. So if Trap comes up the middle of the room, it should miss us. Hopefully.
Mate, what was this about things coming out the floor?
Don't worry about it.
No.
I mean, it kind of sounds like something I should probably worry about, mate.
Don't worry about it. Stu will take lead and just walk ahead of the party.
Is Barry wading through the water, or is Barry also trying to avoid being wet?
Nah, Barry's a proper town lad. Like, he gets
waders
quite
on
annoyed.
under his pea suit.
No, he wears a t-shirt and jeans just even when it's raining and cold.
And he's used to
Geordie
going
then.
down.
No, because despite the fact that I'm from the north, I can't actually really do a Geordie accent. Not very well. Not a proper one. I know there's a little bit of twang in mine, but like, proper Geordie, no.
So, what are you doing?
Stu is going first, just to take the first hit if anything hits us.
Kirsch kind of floating Whispers just follow a few steps behind.
Okay, so are you doing anything with the doors at the side, or are you just going to the door at the end?
Well, guys, do you think we should, go to the door at the end at once and not let any more water in?
Why don't we take these doors off the hinges and float them through the room because they're heavy and they'll take the hits of any traps?
Well, I think the doors on the hinge are over there on the corridor, on the other side of the corridor.
Oh, the ones we just came through.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should have a look through these lads who can't handle the drink, see if they have anything that might... I don't know, I can't think of a way to end that sentence.
Right, okay. So,
I think Stu's just worried that there's more water behind these doors and we end up drowning.
Yeah.
If it's behind the doors, it's behind the doors in here, right?
Let's see how the water actually sort of went down after we opened the door. It might be not that bad, but...
It's just a bit of water. Water never hurt you, mate.
No, but...
Clearly, you've never been stabbed by an ice knife.
I can't say I have. Screwdriver once, and there was that time the nail gun, but never a the nail crossbow, but never ice.
Gotta be careful when you're doing some contracting work.
Yeah. Make sure you don't give the new kid the nail crossbow.
That's what they always say.
I just love the idea now of like shooting nails into like buildings with a crossbow.
Yeah, those modern day tools. You gotta love them. I'll just go up ahead, guys, and just follow me. Yeah.
So are you doing anything with the doors? Are you doing anything with the rooms? Or are you just going straight to the door at the end?
We should check those bodies.
Yeah, I want to check these lads, see what happened to the lads.
Okay. You look at the bodies seem quite old, they're very swollen. One of them is missing its arm, one of them is missing a leg, and the wounds that they seem to be missing, they look like they've been chewed quite thoroughly by something quite large with lots of teeth.
We got sharks in here, boys.
These lads are no longer on tour.
Is that a reference I don't get?
It might be piranhas as well, though.
Are you sure it's not just TikTok Croc again?
No, Frankie's not here.
Frankie's giving that croc the run around still. Don't worry about it.
Can I use either animal handling or nature to decide whether these are more piranha-sized nibbles or shark-sized nibbles?
Sure.
Or human-sized nibbles.
Think we've got a megalodon, lads?
You entirely believe that there are sharks in the water.
I knew it. Right. What you gotta do is you gotta punch him right in the nose. I read that once at
I heard
pub
that,
quiz.
yeah.
Yeah, you got the same pub quiz, did you?
I did.
Yeah. While you worry about the sharks, I'm gonna head over to that door over there. So
Okay.
if you guys want to do anything else, that's up to you. But I'm just gonna go through the room
Okay.
to the doors and just see if anything hits me, except for Ignis though. But, yeah.
Sure thing. Currently bleeding shark plate stew.
Keep an eye out for fin stew.
Yes. So,
So
if anything
you
hits,
get
if
to the
there's
end of
only
the room.
sharks, yeah.
You get to the end of the room and you look at the door hanging off the hinges. It seems to have been ripped off the hinges by something, but there's not really much else you can tell about it. You look into the room after. The room after, again, looks like a sort of joining corridor, but it's got some sort of weird, it's like it was more decorative, but the sort of statues and stuff that were here seem to all have been stolen. It just reveals a sharp turn to the right, and then you can't really see anything else from where you are.
Well, we'd better be careful not to cut ourselves when we go that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak up to the corner where the sharp turn is and try to just.
Try not to cut yourself on it.
Yeah, well, we're with you, Bellery, but we're not gonna laugh, so it's okay.
You look around the sharp corner and are very delicate not to cut yourself. Fucking very. As you look around the corner, you see there is something moving in the water between you and the next door.
It's a fucking shark, mate.
Can I see what it is that moving with?
The corridor in front of you is about maybe 4 meters long between you and the door, and there's something there's ripples like something is moving in a kind of snake-like pattern, and it seems to be moving up towards where you are, then turning, then going back down again, and just sort of continuing this fluid motion.
Well, guys, there's something wriggling in the water up here.
Is it a shark?
No, I don't think it's a shark. It moves in snake-like patterns, so it might be a snake. I'm going to send my new friend the Hand to just tell him to attack.
Okay.
Because undead simian hand is really, really useful in these situations.
Okay. I don't actually know if a simian hand would float. So let me see.
Nope, it doesn't need to float. It just needs to get down there and go attack whatever's going down the water.
It jumps from your shoulder into the water. It lands with a sort of ploop and sinks. And you notice the snake pattern turning round and immediately making a beeline towards the hand. You can't see what's going on because the water is very green.
Go Hand. Go Hand.
What's happening up there, Stu?
My new friend, the Hand, is fighting the thing under the water, I think.
Oh, so there are sharks.
No, it's not a shark. No fins. Just snake patterns in the water.
Could I use my swarm of bees, Beatrice, to puppet the simian hand and punch the shark in the nose?
Well, the hand has just jumped into the water.
Oh, bees don't do well in the water.
Nope.
You'll have to explain what your bees do, because listeners won't know what they do, Bellery.
Well, they're a swarm of bees, and so they do things that all normal bee swarms do, like form beards and fully articulated hands.
They dance.
And arrows to point the way.
Yes.
Also, they make honey.
Yeah.
But if they're always on the move, how can they make honey?
The inside of my bee suit is lined with beehive.
So you basically got like a wooden suit.
No, it's just like the I don't know what you call them, like the little beehive, like waxy bits, like the cells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I get
Like
it.
the honeycomb,
Totally,
it's just
yeah.
the honeycomb that lines the inside of the suit. Thereby defeating the entire purpose of the bee suit.
Yeah. Well, it might be that you want the bees to keep them in.
How does it cope
Out.
with water?
Is honey waterproof? No.
Yeah,
Because
Well, those things are wax.
Is honey
so
waterproof?
wax.
Somebody
Those things
could
are made of wax. So
Yeah,
they
honeycomb's wax, yeah. I accidentally came up with a good idea. But it means it takes it a long time to take off because it's really sticky. And it really kills the mood. Unless, you know, the
And you
person's
don't have a
into that.
single hair from your neck down.
No.
So, Kursk, could you maybe push the table with whispers on it in front so she can sit on the table and shoot down in the water, perhaps?
So you notice the sort of snake pattern sort of move suddenly, and then it begins to go round and then sort of again snake away back to the other side. Only this time it seems to go down and what looks like maybe possibly under the door.
Under the door where we're at, or under the door?
The door the
Further
other
next
end.
one.
It looks like it is grabs your hand and is taking it away.
Okay.
That's got to be the thinnest shark I've ever seen, lads.
Some kind of half skate, half shark hybrid. All killing machine.
What if it's one of them flat sharks that I've heard about?
I've heard about them too.
Yeah.
Killed that zookeeper, it did.
They did, yeah.
So there's a door at the end of the corridor behind the corner. Then I take it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna move there, guys.
Okay.
There's a corridor. I think the water's safe now.
You
So
move up to
Oh,
the
hang
door. You see that the door seems to be like jammed, but as you sort of feel by your leg, there's like a current coming under the door. As you look down, it seems like the bottom half of the door is missing.
So, guys, I think the bottom half of this door is actually missing. Do we want to go underwater through it, or do we want to, like, try to... Is it a wooden door?
It's a very, very swollen wooden door. It's swollen solid. You can cut
So you
through
wanna-
it if you want, but it might take you a couple of swings.
So you want to follow the flat shark into its lair.
Yes, I
Hey,
do.
Igneous, if it's flat, where's its nose?
Terribly. I mean, wait. I
Like-
think I missed part of that.
What?
I mean, I feel like you only get one chance to punch a shark in the nose.
Oh, right, yeah, no, I was making a joke about where my dog's got no nose. Just poke him on the pointy end, the one that's coming right for you. That's my expert shark opinion.
Well,
Need
guys,
a volunteer to test it.
I'm going to go under the door.
We've got our volunteer.
Yeah, if you see me not coming back, just, hack the door down instead. Or do
Can
whatever
we
you
just
want
hack
to.
the door down in the first place?
Well,
I can try and break it with my hammer.
oh.
Make a lot of noise though.
Yeah, I heard that sharks are scared of noise, so that's cool.
Okay, I'll go
Let's
up and
do
hit
with
it
it.
with my hammer then.
Alright, roll. Yep, you crack it with your hammer, the door begins to splinter, but hasn't broken yet. But if you hit it one more time, probably could break through it.
I'll do it again.
Yep, you crack the door a second time, the door splinters and sort of splits completely into two halves,
After you, Stu.
revealing a massive library in front of you that seems to be every book up to about maybe a meter high seems to be completely waterlogged.
Watch out, folks. This shark's got an education.
Yeah. Like I said before, could we please have whispers on the table first and see if she can try to, shoot down the shark underwater, see where the movement is?
Can't even
Perhaps.
see it yet.
Well, you might just see it soon.
I'll be there waiting to see it if it actually breaks the surface so I can. If I see it going for anybody.
Well, you can just spot probably the movements in the water. I think we'll have to go with that.
I have to look for them first.
Yes.
Unless Whispers says no, I'll just start pushing the table into the room just a little bit.
Yeah, she'll probably be safe on the table. It's worse for the rest of us, especially me.
Or,
Why didn't
and
you
hear
hop
me
up on the
out,
Why didn't you hop up on the table too then?
Might be a little bit too heavy for the table, and I wouldn't want to get you wet,
Haven't you seen Titanic? There's only room for one on the table.
Yeah, also, what if there's some kind of ironic twist and the table is actually the most dangerous place to be?
It's a mimic.
Yeah, don't put any ideas in the head.
I'm just going to gently pat the table. Good table. Nice table.
Yeah, like a leaf
my friend.
insect, but it's a table shark.
well-known
Any
man
of
with a
these
table
books
shark.
magical?
Nothing that you can see is magical. There's a strong smell of... It's a mixture of dust and mold.
Can we see any movement in the water here?
Aside from the sort of debris of the door you just broken, like floating off, you don't really see much movement around, though there are lots of like sort of freestanding bookcases in the middle of the room.
How tall are the bookcases? Do they reach to the ceiling or do they not?
The ceiling itself is maybe about a 10-foot ceiling. Well, it would have been a 10-foot ceiling before the water was in, but the bookcases go about 8 foot high.
Can I climb one of the bookcases?
You can if you want. Yeah, you climb and you can sit on top of one of the bookcases if you want.
Are there any other exits from this room that we've found yet, or do we still have to
Now that Barry is at
investigate?
the top of a bookcase, you can see that at the other side of the library there is another door out, and also to the left there's something sort of what looks like stairs up to 2 other doors that look like single passage doors.
They're leading out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be
Which
careful.
way?
Yeah.
Which way is the amulet telling us to go?
The amulet is telling you to go what looks like straight on, but to the right.
And there's the door there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's follow the amulet, guys.
Keep an eye out for book sharks.
Yeah. Probably
Keep an eye
moths
on
here
that
as
table
well.
shark, you do.
Sharks all the way
spine
down.
of a book sort of cresting the water like a shark's fin.
It's the joy of a book shark, it does blend in. Okay, so are you gonna break this door down? Are you gonna try and open it? What are you gonna do? And also, how is Barry getting down from his bookshelves?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I can just push it over for you if that's easier. You'll get down that way.
But
Should
then
we
I'll
maybe-
be in the water with the shark.
Should we maybe check if there's any book of interests here while we're in the library?
Can't hurt.
So I
That's
want to see if I can find any interesting books.
Okay, roll.
I won't.
Stu finds an entire row of what can only be described as steamy romance novels. And
Again.
immediately becomes obsessed with them and decides to take them all with her.
Oh, this is nice.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking for a paperback copy of Jaws by Peter Benchley.
I mean,
You don't find Jaws, you do find the Beast though.
Close enough. I draw a fin on it.
I think Kursk will he's just like sick of being wet and he's just going to try and like push and pull the door to see if it opens.
Okay. You push the door very weakly opens. The door itself feels like it's just a shit door. So as you open it up, you reveal another corridor.
to answer your previous question about how I'm going to get down from the bookcase,
Yes.
can I try and surf a wave of bees down?
Roll.
Do a flip.
Can I add animal handling to this?
Yes. But if you roll a 1,
Oh no, Beatrice.
yes. Somehow, some fucking how, you surf down on a wave of bees,
It's the rats all over again.
with everyone looking at you like, what the actual fuck is this? As Barry B. Beasley floats down from top of the bookcase to a swarm of bzzz.
You right?
Just like staring at him like, why did you climb up if you can fly?
It's more like gliding.
It's falling with style.
Yeah. Also, I kind of hadn't thought of it by then.
So are you just going through the door, carrying on?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. You go through the door, and as you continue along this corridor, you notice that there is a quite obvious streak of blood in the water.
Does it look like simian hand blood? Undead simian hand blood?
Just looks like blood.
Oh my god.
Like it's just obvious blood on the top of the water.
Can I do a nature check to tell if it's simian hand blood?
I'm not sure how you could tell this, but sure, go ahead.
Taste.
Taste.
Yeah, that's monkey blood. I've had it on ice cream before.
Did someone say ice cream?
Nope. Nobody said anything about ice cream.
It's definitely blood, yes. Possibly from a monkey hand, possibly not.
Oh yeah.
but it's fresher than anything else you've seen for a while.
So
It's even fresher than Barry's fashion choices.
I guess there's probably something nasty upstream then.
yeah. Let's go find it.
Yeah, keep on going, I suppose. If that's the way that the amulet's telling us to go.
Yeah, follow the blood trail.
You get to the end of the corridor, and to the left there's a couple of stairs up and a door, and to the right there is just another sort of short corridor, then another sort of massive wooden door.
Where is the amulet pointing?
It's pointing through the massive wooden door.
So let's go through the wooden door. The massive wooden door then.
I say we throw the amulet away. It seems like it's making this too easy.
I think I have to disagree with you there, Igneous.
Yeah, that amulet seems the bee's knees. And they have
It's
like
also
12 of
really
them.
good she came down here in the first place.
That is true. We didn't really have any need to come down here otherwise, did we?
No.
So you sort of shunt open the door. Ahead of you, there just seems to be this massive expanse. It's just like it looks like an empty room, but you notice the water is slowly like swirling like a whirlpool to the back right.
Is this the room like where we went upstairs, or is this the room where we just continued
This is
through?
when you continued onwards.
Okay.
Did the blood trail come in here as well?
Yeah, the blood trail just sort of streaked along the bit beforehand. It didn't come into either door.
Maybe the monkey hand ran out of blood.
That might be true. It wasn't the big monkey hand, so... Or it was sort of it.
Or it's now bleeding in something's stomach.
Yeah.
Might be a book shark.
Probably a book shark.
Yeah, probably a book shark.
Wouldn't a buck shark bleed ink though, mate?
He just scratches his chin, thinks about it for a while.
Not unless a book shark is a shark that eats books.
I thought it
Shark
was a...
made of books.
Yeah, I thought it was a shark that was made of books.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just
a
like
reef
that
shark's
table
not
shark
made-
over there. Looks like a table.
A reef shark's not made of reef, though, is it?
No.
I only have your word for that, Igneous, to be fair, and you are a geomancer.
It's true.
He's right.
I
He's
know all
right.
about geo stuff.
Well, can we see anything else in this room?
No, there just seems to be the sort of whirlpool.
Is the whirlpool like putting water out or pulling water in?
Pulling water in.
Oh well, if we just hang around here, then the water will go down.
Hold on a second, and Kirst's going to run back and grab 2 or 3 books from the library and just throw them into the whirlpool.
That's good. Yeah, bait.
Yeah.
We'll get that. we'll
That's
get
exactly
that book
what I was
shark
just
and-
about to say, yeah.
Anyone got a hook and a fishing rod?
Okay, you throw them in the
Oh.
whirlpool, they just seem to just splash, the water dissipates for a couple of seconds, then just starts swirling down again.
Seems fine.
So guys, you think we should plug the hole with something?
First we've got to see how big the hole is, and then we've got to get materials and construct a plug.
Yeah, you gotta get planning permission as well.
Yeah.
Gotta do it all by the
Minimum
book.
4-week job. Minimum 4-week job.
We could just sort of run back and get another table and just put it upside down across the whirlpool.
Nah, that ain't proper construction, mate. You got to do it right.
Yeah.
4 weeks
Cowboy
minimum.
builders.
Well, I mean, you could actually wax it shut if you want to with some beeswax.
Nah, that needs showing up properly. Got to get proper support in for that.
I'm feeling you're kind of not cooperating here, Barry.
Look, I ain't gonna do no half-house job, mate. If I'm gonna be doing a job, I want it to no cowboy here.
Well, I
ain't
mean,
no
we
cowboy.
could always just take the whole of your ass instead and just put it in the hole. That would work.
What?
Instead of a half-ass job, we could do a whole-ass job.
You gotta respect a man who's not willing to go against the union code.
Yeah,
Still,
I'd never
they're
get
not gonna
another
put
job
his-
if I went against the union, mate.
You ain't no scab.
I got a
Respect
family
that.
to think of. I've got Beatrice, and
Betty.
that's about it, really. But I've got to take care of Beatrice.
Yep. So, where's the pendant pointing us? Or the
Then
amulet?
just pointing you down the whirlpool.
Okay, guys.
No, for the book sharks.
Well, I'm just gonna go down the hole then. And since the amulet is pointing us there, if you guys want to follow along, that's up
But-
to you.
Can I suggest you take an end of the rope with you?
That might be a
Good
good idea,
idea.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to
we'll
make sure we
talk.
can actually get you back.
So we'll tie a rope around my waist then, and I'll just go down the whirlpool and see what's down there.
Okay.
And guys, if I want you to pull me up, I'll give you 2 thugs of the rope.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you tie the rope round your waist, you disappear down the whirlpool. What's everyone else doing?
Making sure the other end of the rope is tied tightly to something so we don't lose the entire rope.
And if there isn't anything, Kursk will hold it because I think he's the strongest looking.
I can always use a table leg if I need to.
Okay. After about a minute or so, you basically get a single tug on the line. What do you do?
What did one tug mean?
She didn't really say, so I guess we're fine. And I'm going to reach
One
up into
tug
my...
means something's taken the bait.
Nah, I'll leave it for now, mate.
Just don't do anything.
Give it one tug back.
Okay, I'll do that. Do one tug back.
Okay. Roll to see what happens next. Kursk. Kursk is then pulled down through the whirlpool.
I thought so. Bloop.
So what is everyone else doing?
Does that count as one tug or two tugs?
Can I try and catch him before he goes down?
Okay. Roll to catch him. You catch him. You are also pulled down through the hole.
Let go before that. I'm holding him that tightly, and I'll tell him to let go of the rope.
Okay.
So actually,
okay.
holding onto the rope's a good idea because the rope's tied to the table.
Okay, so what is Igneous and Barry doing? What's happening?
I'm eating shirt, honey. You want some, mate?
Nah, I'm
I'm
alright.
just going to reach up and grab another handful and give it to Igneous.
Just raw honey from inside his coat, yeah.
Who hands over a handful of loose honey?
Just like, it's just like,
Yeah, cheers.
you know, a handful of very sticky honey.
I haven't got any empty jars or anything. Well, this is a predicament. I put it down my shirt. Seemed to
So
work
while
fine
waxing
for,
begins,
seemed to work fine for Barry. At this point, I noticed that we're the only two in the room.
Oh, that's a fair point.
I let
Okay.
go before I let go before I was
so
put down.
it's Whisperers who's very wet, and Barry and Miasu are still up.
Fell off your table there, Whispers.
Yeah, well, I'm still not quite trying to work out what was pulling Kursk down.
Did you figure it out before he drowned?
No, he was being pulled too hard. I couldn't see what was pulling him.
Well, just one of life's mysteries, I guess.
Like as Kursk went down the hole, he was just shouting, I'm sure I can hear an ice cream van down here.
Kursk is down the hole.
They do say when you're dying and drowning, you remember the best moments in life. Well, I think from that we can assume Kursk saw a lot of ice cream vans. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, Mr. Whippy.
Well, I guess there's nothing we can do about it, eh? They seem like alright lads, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Tell you what we could have done. Fashion some kind of breathing apparatus before we dove headlong into a whirlpool.
Has the rope all gone tight now, or is it still loose?
The rope's gone tight, yeah, and the table's slowly being pulled towards the vortex.
Could
So
have would.
strum the rope a bit like a guitar so we could send some sort of rhythms down it. Not actually hold on to it and pull, just flick it.
Okay, you sort of flick the pole, and the other side you feel sort of like you see the table moving in a sort of tug motion.
What if we attach a paper cup to the end of the rope?
Do you have a paper cup?
Yes.
And how will you tell the other side to do the same?
Through a complicated series of tugs.
By shouting really loudly into the paper cup so that it forms a primitive speaker on the other end.
I see.
I'm gonna take this as a no. Oh. Well, it was a good idea while it lasted, boys.
I mean, it does
I
still
think we've
look
done
like
everything we can.
a swirling whirlpool of drowning.
Yeah, I think we've done everything we can.
What I want to do is empty out one of these honey jars. How big are the honey jars I've got?
I think they were like about 50 grams, so like 500
Okay.
grams, so fairly
500
large.
grams. Okay. So probably not big enough to fit my head in.
Probably not big enough to fit your head in, no.
No. Okay, well there's that plan.
Okay, but that's given me a bee-based idea.
God.
So, because bees are hairy, when they go underwater, bubbles form on the hairs. Could I surround my head with bees to act as a diving helmet?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, because bees just love to go underwater. Yeah.
We could always try pulling the rope back up.
Yeah, that really should have been our first thought, shouldn't it? To be fair, we were having some very important honey discussion.
Who's pulling the rope up?
I'll pull the rope up.
Okay, roll. You pull the rope, immediately it's pulled the other way and you are dragged through the whirlpool. So this leaves Barry and Whispers.
Oh god damn it! I quite like that Igneous guy. We're gonna go at the
Did that
pub
pull the
together.
table through as well? Because there wasn't that much rope
Table, the legs snapped off the table.
left. Oh dear. There goes the rope.
We were going to form a pub quiz team.
No, you sort of feel around by the whirlpool. The leg is still there, with the rope, but it's like across the hole.
I won't let you go, mate. And I'm going to try and retrieve Igneous because he's the only one I really liked.
Okay, roll. Barry is sucked away through the hole. This just leaves Whispers.
Oh well. Now I've got to get this necklace from the dragon to somewhere at the centre of the swamp, so I may have to just sort of go and get on with that rather than leave these guys to explore, because fixing the swamp is important.
True, way more important.
And I can't risk losing this amulet at the bottom of a whirlpool.
It's fine,
Have fun,
I have
guys.
bee helmets for everyone.
So, we will cut now to Stu, who basically went through this whirlpool, ended up in a half-filled with water room, tried to get people's attention by pulling the rope, and then eventually just ended up pulling people through. So all of you land very loudly with loud splushes into the, half-filled room, one after the other. So apart from Whispers, you're all now in this massive, very moss-covered room.
Just sitting there with bees around my head. Knew
Very
that bee helmet
angry-looking
would work,
bees
guys.
are very wet.
Knew that bee helmet would work.
So, as you're now all sort of standing in this room, which is up to about shoulder height on Stu, which means it's probably covering Ignace's head, so he's probably swimming as he can. You see that there is a set of stairs to your right that seem to lead up.
You're saying we can go again?
I just wanted you to experience that. Let's go see if we can do it again.
So the 2 or 3 stairs that lead up lead to there's a grander looking wooden door to your left and a cheaper looking door to your right.
So guys, are we going to fall?
You're finally out of the water though.
Are we going to fall for the grandeur door trick again, or
No.
do we do the sheep door?
Cheap
No.
door, I'm not fancy.
Yeah, it's like that play when the guy had to find that holy cup and if he drank the wrong one, he died and he drank the fancy one.
Yeah, he chose
Then he
poorly.
turned to bones. Yeah, turned bones.
I'm just not gonna trust you with this, but let's go with the sheep door.
Okay. You barrel through the cheap door.
Do any of us turn to bones?
Yeah, that's the
No.
door. of a carpenter.
No. You look to your left and all you see, it looks like it's some sort of stone altar, but it looks like most of it's been removed or stolen or stuff like that, and there's just reveals this massive hole in the middle of it, leading down to a sewer.
Oh, shame that. Good foundations for that. All it looks like it was probably a good job.
Okay, guys. Not a big fan of sewers, so should we see if there's something more interesting?
Well, we've been
On the
waiting around in
door.
shitty water for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't be much worse.
As you look through the hole, you see that there is this massive writhing stuff into the sewer. And as you hold light up, you see it's a mass of worms.
Is
That's
that
not-
some bellry vines down there?
God, not the bellry vine.
Maybe we should check the other door before we go down to the worms.
Maybe we should find Whispers.
Sort of finding Whispers is sort of getting up to the surface, but we still need to find that last piece.
So we went down and then we came up again, so logically we're on the same level as Whispers.
And cats don't really swim good. She's probably drowned.
She survived this long. I think she's fine.
Yeah, but she didn't want to miss out on the adventure of the sewer full of worms.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Probably not. That's true. We need to
really,
find her. Stu is going to go to the other door and check what's the other there.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout Whispers
How are you going to shout Whispers through the water?
loudly.
Right, so you open the other door?
I am opening the other door, yeah.
Okay. So, you push open the grand wooden door, and ahead of you is a very short corridor. In front of you, there's another simple wooden door, but to the right, there is a massive, very eccentric looking door with several locks on the side of it. It looks like there's about 6 locks on the side of it.
Okay. Well, I want to check if it's locked to begin with.
You push it, it's solid, it doesn't even move at all, it's completely solid.
Well, that's good. It's not one of them liquid doors.
Yeah. Are there any symbols on the locks or something like that?
They're all
Keyholes.
the keys seem to be of different sizes.
Is this a solution, a problem that could somehow be solved with bees?
That's for
Is
you
there
to
a
tell
Isn't
me.
isn't every problem?
Is
we
there a
find-
visible lock?
Didn't we find a keyring last week
I don't know.
that we opened the
think-
monkey cage with? Or am I completely...
Yeah, I think we did actually.
We did, but I'm not sure whether it was just a key ring with one key on it.
I think
Could-
it was.
I also think Whispers has it.
Yeah.
It might be.
does, yes.
Has it? Yeah.
Could we grease up the hinges with Igneous's inferior jar honey? Or the wax, I,
think we
suppose,
just
from my
need to
shirt honey,
find
which would work
Whispers
better.
to get the key ring because it's probably that.
Wax the
That's a
lock.
good idea now you
Wax
thought
the
of it.
lock.
Oh, Igneous, don't be sulky.
Not being sulky. I said a minute ago we should find Whispers, and you shot me down like some kind of, I don't know,
Nail
one-legged
crossbow.
shouter downer. now we need Whispers, and you're all like, "Oh, let's go get Whispers."
And we actually don't need Whispers. We just need the keys, and she has it. So yeah.
No, we need Whispers. She's part of the team. She's been here longer than you have.
Yes, can Chris fly back up the whirlpool?
Chris got cut in half by a giant blade.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Sorry.
Does that mean Chris
Sorry
is
for bringing
dead?
that up.
Chris is
He comes
dead, yeah.
back
He
after
got
a while.
He got sliced clean in half by a scything blade.
But he's a rock.
Yep.
I'm thinking maybe Barry, could you sort of make your bees go up the whirlpool and transpond the message to Whispers that she needs to come down here with us?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, they were pretty angry when I made them into a helmet. If I didn't have this mask on, I'd be stung to hell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure that's going to happen, very. I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Okay, it was just an idea, you know. That's like the only way we have to. Or we could just continue this path because there's another door in here, so let's see if that leads upwards and we can maybe find her somehow.
Does honeycomb, like, float?
Yes.
Could we attach a letter to some honeycomb and try and float it up the whirlpool?
To whom it may concern.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking you're getting the wrong idea of physics. You know, whirlpools going down won't float upwards anything at all. But I
Well,
mean, it's a good idea.
I ain't no
Sort of.
physicist.
What about stones or something we could tie a letter to and throw up it?
I think we could just continue and see if we can sort of find our way back because there's another door here as well. That's not the ornate door with the locks, guys.
I mean, push comes to shove, right? Sewers tend to lead to, like, places.
I'm not.
So, like, we could go through the sewers and then come all the way back to the whirlpool and see if Whispers is there.
Yeah, but if you're going up and then going down to the sewers, then you will be back down again.
I mean,
But-
it's an inefficient route, but
No. Stu is going to go through the other door and see what's behind there.
Okay. You open the other door, and again, the corridor in front of you is very dusty, and it has 2 doors to the left, 2 doors to the right, and then a door at the end.
I'm getting confused by this map in my head, but yeah, let's just continue straight ahead.
Okay. You open the door, and again, there's a sharp turn to the left.
Alright, I'm not going to cut myself on this one, so I'll just take that turn to the left.
Okay. You turn to the left, and you notice that there is water running down the walls, both sides, and the door at the end seems... It's obviously swollen even from here.
Hey guys, I find another door here. And do you think we should open it, or...
I mean,
it
I'm
seems like
pretty
it's
sure.
water behind
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty sure walls ain't meant to have water coming out of them. I'm no expert on walls, but I am a builder, so
So really, you're the
all my
only one
years
who's an
building
expert on
things ain't
walls.
heavy. Yeah, all my years
It's a
sort
picture
of
of you
like...
building hexagonal things all the time.
Yeah, I can only build hexagonal rooms.
Yep.
I open the door.
Oh my god.
The door at the end is like, it's solid. Are you gonna kick it open? What are you gonna do?
I hit it with my mace because dramatic stuff.
Okay, roll. You smack it with your mace, you crack the door open. Immediately a torrent of water hits you all. You are all thrown straight back, and the water carries you all the way back to the original room.
Good. We'll even out the pressure.
So the room you were in to begin with was the one you came from the bottom of the sort of whirlpool. So the water is almost to the ceiling in that room now.
Okay, but now we can swim out of it, up the whirlpool.
Yeah, up.
You can pretty much swim up the whirlpool, yes.
I mean, that seems like a terrible idea, I'm going to be honest.
I think Kurt's just going to sort of try and pop his head up and see if Whispers is still waiting there for us.
Okay, roll to try and pop your head through a
It's
whirlpool.
definitely going to go well.
Yep, you pop your head and top half of your body through the whirlpool. Whispers is standing there staring at you, very confused.
Come in, the water's lovely.
I think you're just in shock at the moment. So what are the rest of you doing while Kursk is, like...
Trying to entice Whispers into the water.
In a really creepy way.
Yeah.
Just like one finger slowly curling.
Come in, the water's lovely.
We all float down here.
Ooh. Yeah. Stu is just gonna go up the stairs again and wait.
Okay,
for...
so the water is now about knee height for you. Even the door with the locks in it, the water is now... You notice that the water is slowly, like, rolling through one of the locks into that room.
Just hoping that Kursk will do a good job, you know. Just waiting.
Okay. Is Whispers coming down? Kursk has now popped his head through the whirlpool and is, like, trying to talk to you and convince you to come down.
Oh, right, because I thought I'd wandered off, but okay.
I think you were about to wander off as Kursk just reappears, like, popped through the whirlpool.
Okay.
Does he make a noise like,
Just made it so.
I can't do it? Yeah, you did it, well done. There we go, I did it. I'm proud of myself.
Grats.
Yep. So, Kursk has appeared and said you should come down.
Alright then.
I believe the exact wording was, "Come on in, the water's lovely."
No, water is never lovely. Water is horrible and nasty and cold and gets the fur all wet.
The thing he's mentally transponding to you is, we need you down here. Because you have a set of keys that we need.
Have I? I haven't got any keys.
Have you not got the keys from last week?
They're not on my listed on my thing. I didn't have the keys. At least
Well-
I wasn't aware of having the keys.
It's
You have
prob-
the keys.
I was the one who let the monkey out, so I probably have the keys. I haven't just written out that, so no matter. But we need
I went
you.
nowhere near the monkey.
We need you, Whispers. Yeah.
He's
Because-
tough. Kursk
Yeah.
took a rope with 2 paper cups attached to it with him so you can hear all of us.
Including Igneous bobbing in the water going... Method acting.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
mug of Pepsi here.
ASMR.
Go.
Oh, I feel like Pepsi would be very unpleasant to try and talk through.
It's stuck in my moustache now.
Oh, it'd get up
Pepsi in your
nose as
ear
well.
wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, after about 5 minutes of fucking around and eventually Whispers joining you through it, all of you are standing at the top of the stairs where you're all a bit knee deep in the water and Whispers looks incredibly pissed off as she's soaking wet.
Yep. Let's do the key thingy on the door.
Okay,
Since I apparently have the keys.
so you unlock the door. It takes 5 locks to unlock, but you manage to unlock them all. And the door eventually pulls towards you. Water rushes in and you notice that there were bookshelves, but the bottom row of bookshelves is now covered in water.
Oh yeah.
In front of you, there are like 5 sort of alcoves with a sort of mystical light shining upon them. And all of them seem to have a small artifact sitting in them.
So, Whispers, can you tell us where the amulet is pointing at you?
The amulet is pointing towards the third one, which seems to just be a quite large, plump purple pillow with tassels.
Ooh, tassels. I love tassels.
What are the other things?
To the far left, there is a strangely swirly blue vial. Next to that, there is a dark green gem. In the middle, there is the cushion. To the right of the cushion, it looks kind of like your simian paw, but it looks far older and more decayed, and one of the fingers is curled down. And on the last one, there looks like 2 bags, like very small bags. They look familiar to the ones you've had before.
Can I identify the type of gem it is?
You mean the dark green gem? The dark green gem seems to emit a very strong power.
I meant just using geology.
Alright, sure, on you go. It seems to be some kind of emerald.
Checks out.
Hey, Igneous.
And what is...
So,
Dare me to drink up that liquid.
bet you won't drink that liquid.
Well, I want to turn down a bet, boys. And I drink the liquid.
Okay.
Oh,
You drank the liquid. I'm
I
sorry,
quit-
Belry. Barry immediately freezes solid and shatters.
I guess you could say I won that bet.
Quick, save the
There wasn't even a roll involved. You literally just freeze solid and shatter.
Okay, nobody else drink that.
Is that ice cream, or is it more of a sorbet?
I'm so sorry, Barry.
I want it on the record. I didn't kill that character. He asked me to dare him to do it.
I mean, I had a sneaking suspicion it wouldn't go well, but I didn't think quite so spectacularly.
yeah.
Oh, you're back on form?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
To be fair, you did open the recording with someone's going to die tonight.
Yep.
That's true.
And here I was thinking it would be me with sort of a lot of limbs losing. Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm
all
gonna
of you
grab...
have just watched Barry freeze solid and then shatter into pieces.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Are they all bees
He was a cool guy.
Kirst's going to rake about and try and get a nice bit of sort of honey that's sort of frozen up and just start licking it.
Very frozen honey, yes.
That's not honey, that's his intestines.
Are the bees frozen
It's
as
okay.
well?
The bees are not frozen, the bees are sort of dispersing.
There's a staff of bees there, I guess, if anyone wants it.
Stu is going to pick up the staff.
Okay, you have a staff of bees.
Perfect. Whispers, do you want to go in and fetch that pillow in the middle? That's actually useful.
I think we're meant to put something on the pillow, it's not.
Alright, let's try to put the gems on the pillow and see what happens. Or the amulet and the ring.
Yeah, put the amulet on the pillow.
And the ring.
It was a ring and an amulet, I think.
Yeah, I'm getting confused, but...
You sit them on the pillow, they seem to emit a sort of peaceful, calm... It's like it's like having three things back together again.
Anything else happens?
Nope. Just a very
Well, our
peaceful,
work here is
calm,
done.
despite the fact that the pieces of barrier are now floating away.
Slowly defrosting.
Yep.
Yeah, but as the defrost, you'll be able to tell which is honey and which is guts.
Yeah. So if you wait long enough, Kursk, you can actually get your honey.
Be honest, it all tastes the same. I don't have any taste buds left after eating ice cream for so long. They've all been frozen off.
Sorry, is that to say that Kursk is therefore comfortable with cannibalism so as long as it looks like ice cream?
Pretty much is.
Probably, yeah.
Anything basically frozen, he'll eat.
Can everyone do me a natural d20 roll, please?
No, I can't because I'm
Gax,
frozen.
you're dead.
I know.
Welcome back, Barry.
Who rolled lowest? Stu is immediately taken by the green gem. She picks it up and she holds it in her hand and she feels... You notice her eyes begin to sort of grow wide as in she's very much taken by it.
It's this green gem.
No, it's not that green gem, but it's similar.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm not having that green gem again after last time.
Quick, swallow it.
So, are you doing anything else with anything that's in front of you?
So what does the green gem do with me?
You're just very taken by the green gem as in you want to keep it.
Okay, sweet. What was the other items except for the vial?
There's what looks like some kind of paw with one finger rolled down, and there's 2 bags of what looks like magical stuff. Like 2 very small pouches.
I'll grab one of the bags for the magical stuff and sprinkle it on me.
Okay, you completely restore. Your leg magically goes and regrows back very quickly. And your arm grows back as well, I think, which is also missing.
Is there more than one of those?
There's one more left.
Can I do it too?
You grab it, you throw it over yourself, immediately you feel your crotch plate becoming very tight.
Oh, quick, hand me that screwdriver.
Here you go.
We're back in business, boys.
Well, now that you mentioned that, Igneous, how
Now
about...
you're interested.
Well, I was interested from the beginning, but you said you weren't interested, so yeah.
I get a lot of mixed messages off of you, Stu, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
And I don't like it. I like my women like I like my apple cider. Straightforward, and if you drink too much of it, you'll go a little bit blind.
I thought you were going to say it as a response to grievous injury.
I can probably make you go blind, but yeah.
I don't doubt that, but you're not straightforward.
Well, you'll just ponder on that then, and yeah.
Look, just because Barry turned you down, don't mean you gotta,
Well, I mean, I need some satisfaction, you know, and
try that monkey paw.
yeah, I'm just gonna go pick up the hand.
Okay. You pick up the hand. You doing anything with it?
Just keeping it.
Say these words.
Said- yeah.
I wish Barry was alive.
I wish Barry was alive.
You hear
No,
a
and hole
distant
again.
rumble.
And hole again.
One of the fingers rolls down. You hear a sort of scream as the
Oh, no.
shattered, reanimated body of Barry. So, Barry is alive,
Oh yeah,
but
as soon as I
he
said
is
it, I
still in
realised.
pieces. And you've used all the dust.
Curse
So,
licking
you now have basically a reanimated ooze that keeps screaming.
I used my bees.
I'll then say, I wish Barry was in one piece again.
Okay, one of the other fingers rolls down and Barry goes and reappears in one piece. He still looks like an amalgamation, but he's in one piece.
Alright.
Oh,
As
you're
in,
right,
he
lads.
looks kind of a bit weird, as in, like, his head's where his arms should be, his arms where his head should be.
Oh no.
Got one leg where his arm should be, and one arm should...
You guys all sideways or something, lads?
I'll then
Where's
say
my
that
staff?
I wish that Barry was restored to his original state.
Okay. You wish this? Barry immediately goes and comes
I'm a
back as
baby,
his
aren't
human
I?
self with his coat.
Oh, we're not a baby.
Here you go, Barry. Here's
I was
the
very
staff.
tempted to make you either a sperm or make you
Yeah.
just continue thinking, but I thought, fuck it, no. Let's at least continue for a while.
It's fine.
Now be careful of the wording on these magical.
So,
I gather that I have one finger left, but
okay,
one was
fine,
already
you've got
gone
one
now.
left. Fair enough. We'll say
Yeah.
one left. It has taken 3 to restore Barry.
You should have just left us. I don't care if characters die.
it was worth it. It was definitely worth it.
Hey, where's all my honey gone?
Curse just blinks at her.
Well, guys, I think we have sort of expended this. Whatever.
You hear a sort of very, very loud rumble, and behind you, the sort of ceiling of the room with the whirlpool collapses.
So this is the way.
The water is beginning to rise very quickly.
This is the time we scarper, guys.
If only we knew the way out.
How big was the cushion?
The cushion is about the size you'd get on top of a chair or something. It's not very big.
Snuffle the cushion anyway.
Okay, you snaffle the cushion and everything.
As we're walking away, I discard my crotch plate.
It seems time has run out for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of this tale. These bard's tales were originally told to us around a campfire in a long-forgotten land as Descent, Journeys Through the Dark. They were adapted for this podcast by Nikolai Popsky. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. The cast of Plummet are Nikolai, Daniel, Bellery, Amy, AJ, John, Squid, and Ash, with additional content by Dragon. If you would like your own high fantasy dice, then journey to dndice.co.uk and use our name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount of your order. For what is a hero without shiny loot? As for us, we are but meager bards. If you would care to support our tales, you can buy us a grog or two, or Ko-Fi, as it is known in your parts, at ko-fi.com/Penance RPG. If you would like to support us in future efforts, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/Penance RPG. Farewell and good night, dear listeners, and remember that time will turn again soon. It's only a game, isn't it?
Shall I
We
give
went
you a
over
beat?
this before we came on, and I still don't remember.
Sorry.
It's not going anywhere, is it?
No.
Really not.
Yeah.
Nikolai told me everything that happened, like, an hour ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
You've just
Nothing
forgotten
in
it
my
in the
brain.
thrill of bouncing.
Yes, clearly.
Well, you could tell us what you were bouncing on, and we can just edit it out afterwards. It's okay.
Nah. I'm going to pass and let you start actually playing.
Aww.
I
Okay,
know, I'm no fun at all.
So Barry, what is your inclination towards, women and stuff like that?
Not sure now's the time, Stu.
Why,
We've got sharks on our hands.
what kind of lasses are you into, mate?
Sorry to break it to you, Barry, but I'm actually a woman, yeah.
Oh.
What an
I-
awkward moment to happen on National Awkward Moment Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel pretty awkward right now.
Don't
I'm
worry
going to be
about
honest, you're not really my type. I like fake tanned and wearing shorts in the winter.
it. Alright, yeah. Well, it's okay, Barry. It has happened before, yeah, don't worry about it.
More of a Geordie Shore type.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll find a blind man someday. I mean, I misspoke.
What you mean
Yeah.
is somebody like your friend Larry L. Ladsworth, who fits blinds for a living.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Larry, good old Larry.
Yeah.
He likes them, how,
The blind man.
should we say homely? I feel like women don't like being called homely.
Well, I would.
Anybody likes being called homely. See, I'd be in favour of being called homely.
I don't know, no one's ever called me homely. I'm not trying to brag or anything.
It's been nothing but ruggedly handsome up till now, and I'm getting sick of it.
No, it's just me that says that.
What the fuck?
I'm the one who ever says that.
Yeah, you might want to wind this bit back once finished the recording.
Why?
Alright, it just gets a bit weird.
Yeah, that's what
kind of
happens
the
when
point.
nobody says anything and I'm left to speak. How many knees do bees have?
None.
Why are we bringing nuns into the discussion now? I don't get it.
So,
The internet suggests that bees have 6 knees, because the other ones bend in the wrong direction.
Are they not reverse knees?
do you mean the other internet or do you mean the other bees?
The other knees bend in the wrong direction to be called knees.
How can a knee bend in the wrong direction?
I mean, have you ever seen that video on the internet of the guy who has too many weights on his leg press? That's how.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Right.
onto the door.
Onto the door. And you go, Barry?
No, it was just going to be a nonsense that popped in my head again. Just the idea of Whispers having an evil twin called Shouts.
Yes.
The goatee. Because all evil twins have goatees.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
He's been away far too long.
Yeah.
Don't tell me no one else has not considered this in
Nobody else
however
has
many
mentioned
episodes
this,
this
no.
has been.
Mirror universe versions of all our characters.
Yeah.
Or Tyke's
Waspy
still alive.
W. Waspbury.
Walter W. Waspbury.
Yeah. And Harry H. Hornets.
I'm not going to put it past you not to play them next.
Yeah, it's gonna be better with next character. If he ever gets one. Definitely.
No, it's 100% going to be Archon and Vadim next.
Anyway.
I like to think that the reason he became an Avimancer is because he was doing like a roofing job and he got like struck by lightning and fell into a beehive.
And the static made him pick up all the bees.
Yeah, pretty much. Because bees are hairy and probably also carry a static charge.
How much static would you need to disrupt a bee?
Not a lot.
Not that
No,
much. They're not
no,
quite. They're not
yeah.
that heavy.
I mean, could the shock from a static charge kill a bee?
Yeah,
to kill a bee?
Kill a bee?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not kill one. No, because like I said, they're very hairy. So I imagine they carry like a static charge with them most of the time.
All we need to do is get Bellry in a room with a balloon and a wasp, and we'll find out.
Wait, wasps and bees are fundamentally different.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but it'll tell us, and I'd prefer killing a wasp to killing a bee. For science, of course.
Actually, no. Yeah, sorry. Yes, I remember reading a thing. Bees do carry a static charge. It's how they collect pollen so efficiently. Because pollen just like gets stuck to them.
We're getting sidetracked
Yeah.
again, aren't we?